Hey everyone, it's Steve. My co-host Adam and I have been exploring Milwaukee our entire lives, and we've put together more than 270 podcast episodes about our incredible city. In this one, we hear from Lena DeLaet of Summerfest and Summerfest Tech to learn more about what's happening there this year, 2024. We're also joined by Jonah Turner, Head of Technology Innovation, and Alison Hanrahan, Community Affairs Manager, both from the Molson Coors Beverage Company. What is this Summerfest Tech thing everyone's buzzing about, and why should you be excited about it? How is Molson Coors, a beverage giant, getting involved in the tech scene, and what do they have in store for Summerfest Tech this year? Startups, pitches, and prizes? What can you expect from the thrilling Summerfest Tech pitch competition? And want to experience the perfect blend of innovation, networking, and music? Find out how you can score free access to Summerfest Tech and Summerfest. And Molson Coors is making waves in the community. We learn about what other exciting initiatives they're supporting to make a positive impact. All this and more in an absolutely lively and fun episode recorded live in Fred's Pub at the Molson Coors Milwaukee headquarters. Experience Milwaukee is generously presented by DeLaet Law. Also, look for our Milwaukee Legends series in our stream, which is sponsored by Harley-Davidson. Our home studio is in the Transfer Pizzeria Cafe, and our official beer partner is New Barons Brewing Cooperative. And if you want in on awesome Milwaukee giveaways each and every Monday, check out textmke.com. Thanks for listening. Love you, Milwaukee. Hello, Milwaukee! Hey, Adam. Hey, Steve.
Milwaukee is fun-loving,
up and coming,
a rising star.
And now, let's get into the episode.
Hey, Adam.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Lena's right over there.
Do you always cut me off when I say, hey, Steve, now? Is that a thing?
What?
Is it because I'm wearing the hoodie that says,
I
hey,
love
Adam,
it.
hey,
I
Steve
love it,
on
actually.
Did you like my email the other day when I was like, hey, Adam, hey, Steve?
Yeah. I
said it
replied
in the
to
email.
only you.
I know, I loved
to be
it.
like, yes.
Yeah.
You did
What?
the thing.
I missed it.
Of course you did.
Yeah, that
Sorry.
makes
So
sense. Everything
serious.
about that
Again,
tracks. Everything
so
about that
serious.
tracks.
I'm not.
best friends.
I don't know. Anyway.
We're here.
We're here at, what is this, Jonah? What is this place
We're
called?
at the
Fred's?
Molson Coors headquarters here in Milwaukee in our pub, Fred's Pub.
Fred's Pub with also Allison.
Hi, Allison.
Hey.
Hey, Allison.
Yeah, so I don't know what we're talking about today, but this will be exciting.
Good thing I do.
Yeah.
Good thing
Happy
you
to-
guys
Wait, are
Happy
you
to help.
serious? You
No,
wrote
I'm
questions
kidding.
for this.
I know.
I just made up a bunch of stuff.
We're talking Summerfest Tech. We're talking Molson Coors' involvement in Summerfest Tech and support of entrepreneurs and tech and all that stuff. And before we jump in on that, Lena, give us just a refresher.
What's this Summerfest Tech
What
thing
is
everybody's
this?
been buzzing about?
June 24th through the 27th. Your free registration also gets you into free Summerfest all weekend, which is a huge piece of what we do as part of giving back to the community and really making it inclusive, something for everyone. And I think you'll see that when you go to summerfest-tech.com. The full agenda, like I said, is live. There is something truly for everyone: C-suites, technologists, entrepreneurs, investors,
Non-technologists.
Even if you're like, what
Like
is
Adam.
tech?
Yeah.
And you just want to go and check it out and connect with people in this ecosystem. I think everyone knows nowadays that tech is in every category of business, every department within an organization. And so there truly is something for everyone. And
It's so
lots
cool.
and lots of networking, lots
Yeah,
of
and
fun
hugs.
events, and lots of hugs,
Yeah.
lots of drinks, lots of
I've heard of
fun
them.
times. And I think one of the big rallying pieces of content that everyone always loves and gets excited for is the pitch competition. So that's something we've done for the past, since 2019, but with Molson Coors, this is our fourth year, I believe.
fourth year.
Yeah, our fourth year. And so, and we've worked with Young Enterprising Society to help produce it so that I don't have to deal with any of the legalities
Right
on
on.
running a pitch
And-
competition, and
And they're really good at it.
they're pros at it. So it's one of the pieces that we live stream, that we record, because we have people, like hundreds of people will tune in to watch it live streamed. It's always really impressive to me. But I think that just goes to show how important new ideas, new products, new technologies are important to not only just technologists, but really just the general person. I think it's usually what gets picked up by press because it's just the most consumer-friendly facing piece of content that Summerfest Tech has. So,
and don't forget, it's super engaging and fun.
Yes.
Molson Coors sponsors it. And we give away swag. We get the audience engaged. And we give away $50,000 to all the participating companies.
Every one of the 8 startups gets something. Especially if you're from out of town, we hope that at least covers your costs to get here and pitch and make some connections, right? The pitch competition and the money is an important piece of what we do, but I think the connections that you can make just by pitching and attending an event like this are just as important. And I think Jonah is like the best MC that we could possibly have.
I was gonna broach the subject as well.
Yeah,
because
I'll let him take it from here.
Not only does Jonah kill it as an MC, but he also has that long-standing tradition of always having a Miller product in his hand and telling everybody, "You'll never see me without a Miller product in my hand."
I
if I'm up here talking
ping pong and do MC for startup events, all with a beer in my hand.
It's
always
fantastic.
Always.
It's like my favorite thing about Jonah.
So I'm riding a bike the other day. You see my picture right on the website, which will be a big draw.
Big draw. All
right, well, Jonah, that's fine. But Alison, let's learn more about you.
Jonah's like, I'll do the fun MC
We're
stuff.
In the pub,
Alison,
so
get me there.
Let's talk right now. I'm busy.
I got stuff to do.
Right. Yes.
What do you do here at Molson Coors?
So I am the community affairs manager here in Milwaukee, and I'm a part of our team that really focuses on social responsibility, hometown pride, and partnerships with local and national organizations that we can unite with together to help support our communities.
Okay.
That's a lot of stuff.
She's so professional.
Come on. That's
the signature of her email.
That was awesome.
That was... I can't even, I know our podcast inside and out.
I couldn't do that. The professionalism to our level, which is 0. Yeah. We're never prepared.
Taking nothing away from you. That was phenomenal.
Awesome.
Yeah. Cheers to that.
Podcast over.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Adam
as I
spilled
almost
his water
spill.
all over himself.
It's water.
So, what is sort of the 1-2 punch between the two of you, and how this all comes together with Summerfest Tech?
Tech, as Lena mentioned, really touches many different parts of our business and our community, and this is a great opportunity to kind of bridge both of those together. How we're operating as Molson Coors and how we're supporting our community partners as well as new entrepreneurs to uplift them as well.
Yeah, and I'd say from a technology standpoint, this company is awesome in terms of its culture, and people recognize the brands out in the community, but we try to do additional types of programming and experiences to give not only our employees an opportunity to connect with the greater community, but also attract talent and elevate the brand of Molson Coors as an employer of choice.
Yeah.
And by doing that and showing up at these types of events where with Summerfest, Molson Coors is kind of the fabric of being a beverage leader there. Mm-hmm. But there's other aspects of our company here with technology and all the other departments that we want to feature and showcase. So attending events and participating and sponsoring is just a great way for people to know what we do and see us more than just a beer or beverage company.
Yeah.
Well, right, inclusive. And I'd like to build off of Alison a little bit, like an inclusive event, right? Like it's not just a C-suite only event. It's not just an entrepreneur event, et cetera. It really brings the entire community together. And I think that's what the Molson Coors brand and products all do. Like there's truly something for everyone, especially now when you think of them as a beverage company. There's even NA brands or energy brands that are now part of the Molson Coors family of companies. So it's also, I think it aligns in that way because everyone can get in for free, which goes to the community affairs part and giving back to the community. And it's not $100 ticket to get in. And I think that's a strong alignment with the music festival too. There's accessibility there. But then even in the content, that something for everyone mentality, I think just mirrors what you guys do really well too.
So tickets aren't $100.
They are not. I don't know.
Why are we paying so much for our tickets?
Yours are.
heck?
Because I know how much you're going to drink.
There it is. That's what it is. That makes sense.
Cool. So let's talk about what this involvement looks like. What's happening this year? I know it's continuing on the tradition, but what do you got in store for everybody?
with regard to the competition.
The competition and how you're getting involved.
So the competition, it's on Wednesday, June 26th.
Yep.
From
3 to 5.
From 3 to 5.
Right after lunch.
People are going to enjoy lunch.
They're going to... at Potawatomi Casino Hotel.
Ever heard of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So between lunch and the time you make a few bets, you're going to check out the competition. It's a 2-hour experience.
You do get $10 free play by showing up in person, too. So entrance to Summerfest, free tech conference, and $10 free play firekeepers.
Honestly,
come on, guys.
You lose out if you don't show up. You're literally
All
losing if you don't show up to this event.
Right. So it's like,
it's a great experience. We've got 8 startups from all across the country. In fact, the globe. I believe we've got a startup from South Africa participating.
Dang.
But in addition to kind of featuring startups and disruptive technologies across the globe, we really want to highlight some of the up-and-coming startups and entrepreneurs here in the region. So we've got a handful of companies from Milwaukee and even Chicago who are going to be participating and vying for this grand prize. And it's just a great platform. They each get some time to talk about their company, talk about who they are, what their technology is all about. And then we bring a series of judges who are from the greater community. They're VCs, they're corporate leaders, and they're going to give their perspectives of ranking these companies based on their business models, based on their product, based on the team. But for the audience, it's not just a show you watch. You're going to be very much a part of it. We get people out of the crowd, out of their comfort zone. We play music. It's really dancing. A big, fun celebration. Yeah. And then at the end of it, there's a happy hour, which we bring everyone together at the conference, and we celebrate with some great products. And we announce the winners, in a fun, high-spirited energy.
It is awesome. That is my favorite part.
And we give away some money right at that spot. It's pretty amazing. And I think, Lena, you've got a list of some of the companies that are featured, which get people pretty excited by the gamut of technologies being displayed. Yeah,
so if you go to summerfest-tech.com and you click on the 2024 programming, if you scroll down to 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock on Wednesday, June 26th, you'll see the list, and you can click on them. They're all like hyperlinks, so you can learn more about the companies. But we have 3 from Chicago. So Life Happens, Econify, and Reach Pathways. They are all from Chicago. One is a software platform that's like lost and found focused. One is product innovation for community banks, and the other is a college and career pathway. We have one from South Africa, which is really cool, called XenaCare, which is an at-home health testing company. I was looking at their site a little bit earlier today, and especially in South Africa, access to healthcare is a huge topic of conversation, and so they're solving a huge problem there, which is really impressive. We have one from Detroit called Athletic, and that's a marketplace that connects student athletes with brand partnerships, so think NIL.
Cool. Yeah.
They when we were at the NFL draft, they actually were the ones that won the pitch competition that we attended. So it was cool to see that come full circle. And then the remaining 3 are from Milwaukee or the Milwaukee area. I gotta love the one brand. It's a beverage brand, not like alcoholic or competition, but you can add products to theirs to create cocktails, but it focuses on healthy liver support, so it's just like an energy type drink. But they're holding strong that they're from Menominee Falls, which I appreciate, instead of saying Milwaukee. And then the other 2, Roddy Medical and Atomics. Roddy Medical is a product designed for clinicians to where the cords can't get pulled out, so I don't know if you've seen them in the area recently, but they've done a couple of speaking engagements. And then the last one is Atomics. It says it's a high-touch operations, high-growth omnichannel brand. Ooh. What that looks like when I went to their site is a software platform that really helps efficiencies for organizations and manufacturing.
So all over the board.
It really is.
Yeah. That's by design. We want to show that technology is obviously touching every part of our lives. The business that we're in, obviously, we got marketing, we got human resource, we got finance. So a lot of different companies will have some type of element of something that's interesting to us.
I'm sure lots of going to be like, how does my brand get picked up by Molson Coors? Interested in my beverage product.
Right? I'll start my pitch by saying we're for sale.
But some of them,
wink, Jonah.
The event is cool too because you never know what's going to happen. Some are going to do live demos on stage. Some will show content. And it could be a free-for-all. Some might not be totally hit the mark.
Yeah.
But that's part of get the audience into the experience. It's really high energy. One thing I think that's unique too about our competition is we want to stress the value of being in Milwaukee and kind of the growing ecosystem that's here. So one of those companies from the region, I think we'll count Menominee Falls into it.
Yes.
We're going to select them to be the hometown winner as well. Yeah. So in addition to whatever prizing they get, they're going to get an additional $5,000.
That's cool.
Little money that they can spend at Summerfest that weekend. And,
or at Pato.
Yeah, exactly. Double down.
Jonah, do you give them that money and you go, you only buy Miller products?
They know only
like
buy
real
Miller
serious,
products.
like
No, he gives
hard
them
eye contact.
He gives them the money.
Keep
Goes,
it in the
meet
family.
me at the craps table in 5 minutes.
We're gonna double this. I guarantee.
I guarantee.
I know
it.
a guy.
It's not a bad business plan, actually.
Oh boy! So Allison, what?
About that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Allison's taking
She's
notes.
like,
Right.
I don't
she's
think
like,
so, pal.
You two shut up. What is? What are you excited for when it comes to Summerfest Tech this year?
I feel like I learn so much every time I attend Summerfest Tech. I think one of the things I'm really excited about and really why we participate is learning more about how a lot of these entrepreneurs are addressing real life challenges and providing real life solutions to help our communities and make a positive impact. So it's always great to learn more about that and to have this be a platform to help expose the work that they're doing to get a higher network, hopefully get more investment into the efforts that they have too. So it's just been a great opportunity to uplift a lot of those organizations and entrepreneurs.
And we're not the only tech community organization that you guys work with too. There's quite a few, and I don't know if you want to touch on any of them at all between
you support a lot
Jonah and Allison, but
a lot of things happening in this community around us, not just tech, but also non-tech. And so it's really cool to see. But yeah, if there's anyone you want to highlight, go for it.
Well, obviously with Summerfest Tech, that's great. But one that I'm pretty passionate about because I sit on the advisory board, IC Stars. A talent and leadership development program for underserved individuals in the community. It's rooted in Chicago, where Molson Coors is also headquartered. So we've got some presence there. But in Milwaukee, that's a growing program where we can provide project sponsorship and mentorship and really job opportunities to build a unique and non-traditional talent pipeline. And we've had a lot of success with that program, and we were actually voted the Corporate Partner of the Year last year.
Whoa.
So
Nice.
pretty proud to build on that partnership. But then there's other things. Obviously, we just want to get people, from my lens in technology, that Molson Coors and a lot of the great companies here have a really strong tech presence. There's lots of ways to get your foot in the door in tech. You don't need to have necessarily a technical background or degree to really make an impact. And that's also why we want to celebrate entrepreneurship, because they can come and with a great idea that maybe they're not the tech expert when they're on stage, but they're going to need to understand how does tech then help scale their business. And that's really important for us. And we try to give back to the startups that participate, not just in terms of giving them some money, but then we try to connect the dots and give them mentorship and follow up and make connections for them. And some of the startups will actually try to do some testing of their platforms, which is kind of a win-win for them and for us to actually introduce some really special new technology innovation. And not only does that help our capabilities, but then the people within our company, it tells a story to them wow, we don't have to necessarily always look to our big vendors or try to build something within. We can get a lot of unique value from reaching out to entrepreneurship or entrepreneurs and other just like-minded technologists in the community that are doing some great things.
Well, it reinforces your work too, because if I see full circle that we sponsored this thing, that startup is getting a chance to learn how to become part of a larger organization, and you can look to your backyard or look to the efforts that you put out into the community to help drive innovation within your organization. You see the efforts directly, which I think is really cool too. And it's sometimes hard to do in community affairs work, right? To see it one-to-one like that. But
I think Jonah does a really great job of being out there every day. When he's not scooting around.
The good thing about Milwaukee is there's always a happy hour to get to. That's my job
via
is
scooter,
technology, innovation, and beer. It's really a great combination. But in terms of other, I want to call out to the Milwaukee Tech Hub Coalition. If you want to know what's going on in the community, the Tech Hub has a lot of different programs and events that they're endorsing or evangelizing. I'm actually the startup committee chair. I'm very proud of that. Again, just trying to build up some recognition for what's happening here in Milwaukee, but also not just here in our backyard or in Chicago and Madison and Green Bay. There's just a ton of different things that are happening in this part of the country that people outside and whoever's listening to your podcast, besides the 5 of us and our families, they should know.
My mom doesn't listen.
Yeah, my parents.
There's just so much. There's so much excitement happening in this tech and innovation ecosystem that we should be very proud of, and I like to think that Summerfest Tech is like really the central experience that people should get to, and then meet with like-minded people. I mean, I don't know, you're targeting 1,500, 2,000 people this year?
Yeah, I think, would love over 2,000, planning for up to 2,500. So
nice.
So if we get everyone who's listening to your podcast, we just need, like 1,800?
25,000 more, yeah.
I didn't do the math fast enough.
People will not attend after. No, I'm kidding.
Are you guys...
And Allison, you weren't here, but you're not invited, Adam. But Allison was talking about hosting in this room a group of organizations in the community you support and Light the Hone and all of that.
Yeah, just a great example of how we continue to support our communities. So we are hosting the Light the Hone group for our program called Shine a Light, which highlights 10 different nonprofit organizations throughout the year that are able to literally light the hone on behalf of their efforts and cause, and hopefully raise some dollars for that as well.
So cool.
Sweet.
That is awesome.
Yeah, you are not invited.
I'll sneak you in.
I'll be Steve.
Anyway,
what's
all right.
going on,
So, how do
everybody?
we? Speaking of showing up at places you're not invited to, how do you?
Oh snap!
How do you get to Summerfest Tech? Like you mentioned, it's all free.
Yes.
You get a free 3-day Summerfest pass. All this happy hour stuff and gambling and
Totally
tech and hugs. How do
both
people?
of the locations have free parking, which I know is very important to your listeners. So we kick off Monday night at Summerfest at the new Aurora Pavilion. Really full circle. The band that we sponsored. Well, we sponsored a music series at South by Southwest. The Milwaukee band that played in that series will also play at that opening networking event. They're called DeLaet. They're super fun.
We like
sort
them.
of like pop rock band.
Yeah, they're great.
They're great guys, and so they will be at that networking event. So if that's the only thing you can get to, that's totally fine. It's going to be a great way to kick off the conference. But Tuesday and Wednesday, that programming will be at Potawatomi. It's more of your traditional conference style structure. We have keynotes, breakout sessions. We take a little break for lunch, and then each day has a networking event where everyone can kind of get together and talk about what they learned, workshopped, connected on. And then the pitch competition, like we said, is Wednesday afternoon, right after an investment panel. And then Thursday, the last event of the conference, is really low key. It's at Summerfest while the music festival is going on. Your conference badge gets you into the festival for free, and then we'll provide a really cool private space for anyone with that Summerfest Tech badge to sit on the water, grab a few drinks.
Is it at my favorite spot on the grounds?
It's at Dockside. Is that your favorite spot?
Dockside's the best.
Yes, it's at Dockside, which will have a really reimagined, fresh look. And if you guys haven't, in a good way, in a just
why
like
would
Adam.
they do that to us?
Similar,
I'm kidding.
Just kind of elevated a little bit. It'll look really, really nice, and it's a great place for the public usually to go, but we close it off for Summerfest Tech specifically. And it's just a nice spot on the water, but you can still, hear the music and engage with the music festival.
You'll have to wear a shirt this year.
I don't know. What if it's like...
was
Sounds
that part of the upgrades?
I think it's part of it.
Unbelievable.
No shoe,
I
no
can't
shoes,
just
no
have
service.
it in my back pocket,
Right,
tucked in my back pocket.
No.
I just want to say, when you think about Summerfest and Summerfest Tech, it's, as I'm listening to you, we're in a casino for the conference. It's free.
Yeah.
There's some food. There's beverages. We're giving away money. You're in a casino, so you can step aside. You're with thousands of people from the community and region who are like-minded and interested. And it culminates then at a music festival.
Right
up the road where there's some great beverages to... And it kicks off with a panel from South by Southwest, Microsoft, the Green Bay Packers.
It couldn't be more
Molson
badass than
Coors.
that.
That is badass.
Yeah.
Come on, get this podcast out there.
Let's go.
Yeah. How could we
not
forget?
even
One
done
of the
recording
really
yet.
cool things that we're doing on site this year that we did last year is the Experience Milwaukee podcast will have their lounge again on Wednesday. It's a really cool chance if we get our speakers on it to provide some more, in-depth feedback. Not all of our speakers are from Milwaukee or Wisconsin, and so they're providing a different perspective. But then we also pull on, or I shouldn't say we, you guys also pull on
Lena makes us
the attendees, right, and get their perspective and really get their feedback.
We're not done yet. I have wild card questions for each and every one of you.
Get a wild card.
All right, Jonah, wild card question the first. I'll give just one each. What's your least favorite beverage here at Fred's Pub?
Well, the water. I want to stick to. I want to stick to the beer and the great fries.
Jonah, are...
Dude, this is a beautiful space.
Fantastic.
We got Miller Lite, Coors Light, Blue Moon, all on tap. We got a refrigerator. We got Line and Kugels.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Great. I couldn't have talked to him at security longer about this.
And check out the current season of Top Chef, which features Wisconsin, and the second episode actually takes place here right on campus.
Nice.
And ends with a great...
Caves.
In the caves.
Yeah.
So to throw that out there. But yes, now I'm hitting all the marks. So
yeah, now you hit it. Now you hit the...
All right, well, thank you all for coming to the podcast today.
Oh, that was so good.
All right, Lena, you ready?
Yes.
Question the second. What has been the hardest thing to coordinate for Summerfest Tech this year? Feel free to throw anybody currently
under the bus.
in
this podcast.
The freaking guys at Experience Milwaukee Podcast.
No, not at all. You guys are always so easy to work with. I would say because I love a good panel. I don't know if you've noticed, but if you look at the agenda, I just think when you bring multiple perspectives to content, it just elevates it. You get a lot more questions, a lot more engagement. Yeah, you get different perspectives. And so I always encourage the different partners that are doing programming to create a panel of at least 2 or 3, maybe 4 panelists, but collecting all of that information, so their bios, their headshots, to make sure everyone is really well represented is probably the hardest. But I don't know that I can even complain about that because I have...
You can.
I have Matthew, which if you guys...
Superstar.
If you come to Summerfest Tech, you will see Matthew. He is my right-hand man, and he's actually in charge of collecting all that, but I see what he has to go through. So that's probably the hardest part, is just collecting all the information for the 50-plus sessions that we have, and organizing all that and making sure there's no typos.
I got an actual headache just listening to you tell me that.
Boy.
It's a lot. It's a lot of
50
text
things and all those people. And
all right. Well,
probably
thank you all for coming to the podcast.
All right,
today.
Allison.
And
here we go. Last question. Are you ready? How many times have you been hammered in the... I'm kidding.
Wow.
I'm kidding. That was a joke.
She's like,
that was the
0.
joke one.
Very
That was to
responsible.
welcome her into the group. No, the real one is what project are you most excluding Summerfest Tech? We can't have that one in there. But what is your most...
pick your favorite kid here.
Yes. What is your most... what are you most excited for project-wise right now?
That's a tough question. There's so many fantastic projects that we're working on. But I will plug one that we just launched called Cheers to Our Parks. So we launched that in April in partnership with the Milwaukee County Parks and the Parks Foundation. We've made a $250,000 pledge to our parks.
Nice.
That is being matched. So if you contribute to the campaign, we'll match up to $250,000 with the ultimate goal of raising $500,000 for our county parks.
$500,000.
Which is
It
fantastic.
yeah.
There's a lot of things that can help with that. You can take the park pledge. I'm happy to say we're well on our way to achieving that goal too, which is really exciting.
That's awesome.
More to come on that, I think.
Okay.
I use those parks a
take
lot.
that to
So.
Pato.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's double down.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to
Maybe.
take that. We're going to double it at Pato.
All right. Well, thank you all for what?
Quick fire.
Can you quickly... what were some of the improvements? Like, what's the money going to be used for? Maybe I missed that.
So the dollars are really going to be used for supporting all of our parks.
Okay.
So the foundation focuses on maintaining access to the 150 plus Milwaukee County parks.
That's
that we
what I was
have.
like. There's a lot of parks.
There are a lot of parks, and there's a lot of maintenance, a lot of programming that goes into that they need support on through dollars and resources.
Yeah.
You know who loves our park system?
Who?
Connor?
Mayor.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Mayor Chevy
All right.
Cavalier. Cavalier Johnson.
You guys need a
I
quick
also
fire
love the
challenge. Adam,
Yeah.
what's your
Okay.
favorite Pop-Tart flavor?
Pop-Tart flavor?
Whoa.
Ooh, s'mores, easily. I love s'mores.
What's your
Gross.
favorite Molson Coors beer?
Pop-Tart flavor.
Ham's
Off-brand
premium.
now.
Ham's
It's on
premium.
tap right now.
There
It's
you go.
I know I saw it up there, and I almost took a picture when I was waiting in security because that's the official beer that we use every year when we go camping for beer pong.
Nice.
I had a High Life last night.
Oh, is that your fave?
Camino. It's my go-to.
Oh, yeah, you did.
On tap or out of a bottle?
Out of a can.
Bottle.
Can.
No. Yeah, it was a tall boy.
I think I know.
It was a tall boy. Yeah. I know. I was there too.
Question for you, Steve.
Yes.
In the past, you've given out some Milwaukee awards, I think. And Lena got your first one, correct?
Wow.
Is this still a thing that's being presented? Are you going to come up with something creative this year at Summerfest Tech?
I cannot divulge
Okay.
the secrets
That's a hard no.
behind
Is that you throwing
the
your hat
most
in the name
experienced
for it?
I'm giving him
Milwaukeeans.
my hat.
Hey, here's
It's
my
me,
hat.
thank you.
I'd like you to then present me with
I'm
the
glad you brought it up, Jonah.
most
Where's my bag?
available to hold a Miller product.
Yeah.
at
It's a hat
Summerfest
with
Tech.
the little tubes that you can drink the beers out of.
With a
That's my
plaque on
hat.
top.
Yeah.
that was cool. The last
And
one.
well deserved.
Yeah.
The best part of that was how
Jasmine had it won it last year, right? There were three?
We had 3.
yeah, we did 3. Not Jonah. He was too busy hosting a pitch competition.
Yeah.
Right.
He'll ride around on his scooter with his award.
Oh my God, he won.
That's actually a good idea. There's a lot of space there.
great idea. You're
All
not
right.
going to get that scooter.
Well, thank you all for coming to the podcast today.
Thank you for having us.
This has
Thank you
been
so much.
it's been super fun. Thanks for all the work you do in the community, Adam. Thank you for helping me pack up.
Go Brewers.
Go Brewers.
Go brew.
Go Summerfest.
Go Admirals.
Go Summerfest. Yeah, Admirals are still in it, huh?
Wish I could get psyched to go out at night.